Welcome to our show. This week we have really got a good show planned. We'll be taking you smallmouth bass fishing on the Grand River.
And we're going to go down to Genesee County and look at a farm where they're recovering wetlands and see how it's done.
And it is an interesting program. Also, we'll go to southern Michigan and take a look at a way to extend your hunting season now by hunting woodchucks. And boy, does that make the farmers happy. The Wildlife Chef is coming up. All that and more.
Let's get started.
In many areas of Michigan, woodchucks are getting to be more and more of a problem. Now, these hay fields and soybean fields are a #1 habitat, and that's not good news at all for farmers. Woodchucks, or chucks as most of us call them, are greatly disliked by many farmers and for plenty of good reason. And that's where Doug Schaberg and Glen Wunderlich come in. They offer their services where the woodchucks are at nuisance levels and are tearing up farmers' fields or eating them out of house and home. It's a simple service they offer, and it extends out their hunting and shooting season to boot. Now, they hunt these chucks with their deer rifles, and to offer their services, they even took out an ad. They got a great response, too.
The ad doesn't really tell them what it's all about, but we get some calls that way. But some of them, they just have a little lot or an acre or something. They're a lot around the buildings. We can't help them. But a place like this with with 120 acres, it's ideal.
Well, this farmer was fed up with this woodchuck business and gladly invited Doug and Glen to come out and have at 'em. Now, first they set up a shooting bench, light enough to move around but solid enough to shoot from. Glen uses a .300 Winchester Magnum. It's his deer rifle, but he uses it with the cartridges loaded down. While this gun can be loaded up to take on grizzly bears, it isn't grizzly bears that we're after today. It's those grizzled, thick-set varmints. Now, all the shooting will be done at a long range. 175-yard shots are probably about average. 250-yard shots are actually quite common. And if these woodchucks are educated or if they've been shot at before, you might have to shoot even longer. Now, here's a guy who knows all about woodchucks. Charley Coston is a Shiawassee County farmer who says woodchucks cost a farmer plenty. Farmers have even busted up tractors in chuck holes.
Like from this hole over to that one, a lot of times it'll cave in.
Uh-huh.
And the tractor will fall in, especially when you're baling hay. You get out there and you run into these piles of dirt with your hay bind, dulling your knives, breaking your knives. And then when you go to baling hay, your wagon will hit them holes. Over goes your wagon load of hay onto the ground.
You're not a big fan of woodchucks, are you?
No, I hate them.
Yeah?
I hate what they do.
Here's a good look at what these woodchucks have done in this field. There's a series of holes and tunnels that literally riddle the field. Could be a big problem for a horse, cow, or any animal that might saunter across it. Even humans should watch out for chuck holes. You could break a leg. In order to see the critter at a long distance, it's good to have at least binoculars. Now, a spotting scope like Glen's is even better. Looking through a rifle scope for a long time is uncomfortable, and with a spotting scope, you can double-check the background to make sure that the woodchuck is in a place that is safe to shoot at. Now, there's a place in this field just Swiss cheese with woodchuck dens, right at the base of a tree. A couple of times, we thought we caught a glimpse of one of them.
You want me to take them if I get a chance?
Yeah.
Just go ahead and do it?
Just give me a holler if you get. Do you have them right now?
No, there's grass in the way.
Glenn, is there one over, out the big tree there, right, just to the left?
Yeah.
Between the...
Yeah, he's up.
Is he?
Yeah.
Huh. Can you see him in your scope at all?
I'm sure we can.
I think I can just see them, Bob.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, take him. So, Charlie, what do you think? Good deal, these guys coming out and shooting the woodchucks?
I think it is. I think it's very good. I like the idea on my place.
What about most farmers?
Well, most farmers want to get rid of them.
Yeah? And they do any good, these woodchucks?
Don't do any good to me. They're no good to me at all.
Well, let's not forget that not only do most farmers appreciate woodchuck hunters, but the harvested woodchucks really are great eating. And the nicest part, woodchuck season is open year-round.